The war for Beverly Hills is over, and Kyle Richards has officially lost her crown now that the legal receipts are finally public. Hidden battles in the United States Patent and Trademark Office were happening while cameras caught scripted drama, and the results prove Kyle is in a total career meltdown rather than being the queen of the 90210. Evidence shows she tried to hijack the Beverly Hills trademark to save her own shrinking empire from a mountain of hidden debt, and that truth has finally come to light for the world to see. The paperwork confirms Kyle Richards filed for exclusive rights to the name through a secret shell company, and this wasn't a move for fashion but a desperate survival tactic to keep her head above water. These brand filings functioned as collateral for millions of dollars in loans that are now coming due, and that's when the house called her bluff because she was gambling with a name she didn't even own. Dorit Kemsley found the smoking gun while Kyle played the victim on television, and the result was an audit of LLC registrations linking Kyle to failing ventures and unpaid fees. Dorit's legal team dropped a major bombshell when they discovered a secret filing for an LLC called RHOBH Legacy Holdings, which appeared just weeks before Kyle announced her split from Mauricio. The records show she wanted to trademark every version of the Beverly Hills name to lock out her competitors and secure her own shrinking empire. But here's the thing. Dorit Kemsley already held the primary rights through her lifestyle and swim brands, which meant Kyle triggered a legal war that exposed her entire financial situation to the public. Forensic accountants audited Kyle's business dealings to reveal a pattern of manipulation and deceit that has been hidden for years behind a wall of celebrity status. Although she portrayed herself as the ultimate boss of the hills, the numbers didn't add up because licensing agreements for her clothing lines show she lost money on every unit sold. The result was a high-stakes shell game where she used the trademark to lure in new investors just to pay off the old ones. And the truth came out when court documents showed her primary LLC carries a negative balance and multiple liens. Dorit Kemsley is gaining vindication through hard evidence as a professional who understands the value of a trademark and the laws that protect her business. She skipped the blogs and went straight to the lawyers once she realized what Kyle was doing, and the receipts show Dorit filed a formal opposition to the trademark grab. Within that opposition, Dorit provided emails and texts proving Kyle knew she was infringing on her territory, and these messages show an aggressive side of Kyle that the public never sees during the show. And this is where it gets worse, because the legal discovery process forced Kyle to open her books for the forensic accountants to see exactly where the money went. They found she had signed away the rights to her own name in a predatory lending agreement, and the total career meltdown began once they realized she put her entire brand up as a guarantee just for quick cash. Those lenders are now coming for everything else because Dorit blocked the trademark filings, and Kyle's empire is being dismantled piece by piece while she tries to maintain her public image. The cost of these lies is showing up in canceled brand deals with 3 major retail partners already pulling out of agreements to avoid the fallout. Termination letters sent to Kyle's representatives prove she lied to these partners about owning the Beverly Hills IP, and the result was a loss of credibility she cannot recover. These partners won't risk being tied to a legal battle, and the documents show Kyle knew Dorit was standing in her way when she made those promises about her ownership rights. Dorit Kemsley is winning because the facts stay on her side throughout the litigation, while Kyle struggles to keep her story straight in front of a judge. Former business associates provided witness statements claiming Kyle has a history of taking other people's work as her own, and that's when Kyle tried to settle out of court to keep the receipts hidden. Dorit refused the offer because she wants the world to see the forensic proof of how Kyle operates, and the war was always about exposing a manipulator whose life was falling apart behind the scenes. Kyle Richards is the architect of her own destruction who thought her status would protect her from the law when she decided to challenge her friend. Bullying Dorit into giving up her business rights didn't work because the law only cares about the paperwork, and that paperwork shows Dorit as the rightful owner of the brand identity. This legal defeat will cost Kyle millions and likely end her career in the fashion space forever, which meant her fame couldn't save her from the truth of her own financial mismanagement. Every day brings worse news for the villain of the story as the lawyers dig deeper into the LLC registrations and find more hidden debt. Reports of offshore accounts used to hide royalties from business partners have surfaced, and the contracts prove Kyle was skimming off the top of deals that were supposed to be shared. This level of deceit goes beyond a reality show feud because it provides forensic evidence of financial crimes that could lead to bigger problems for Kyle down the line as the investigation continues. Dorit Kemsley has remained professional and let her legal team do the talking instead of engaging in the mudslinging that Kyle has tried to start. Every claim she made is backed up by a government filing or a signed contract, and that's when the public shifted from seeing her as a victim to seeing her as a victor. The power dynamic in Beverly Hills has changed forever now that the truth is out and the receipts have been verified by the court system. Kyle's meltdown is visible in her public appearances because she knows the next round of court filings will reveal even more about her debts to the public. What nobody expected was for her vanity brand war to backfire so badly and expose her survival tactics to the world in such a humiliating way. She is trapped by her own lies as the evidence piles up, and every move she makes to fix the problem only pulls her deeper into the mess she created for herself. The battle for the Beverly Hills trademark has revealed the dark underbelly of celebrity business, where fame often masks a failing financial situation for the cameras. Kyle Richards wanted to be the face of the most famous zip code, but forgot that the bills have to be paid to stay there. Her attempt to weaponize filings exposed her as a fraud, and the receipts show she never possessed the money or the rights she claimed to have during those business negotiations. The public is finally seeing the real Kyle Richards as the legal war continues to strip away the polished image from the opening credits of the show. She is a desperate manipulator willing to step on her friends to stay afloat, but those friends are finally speaking out and standing their ground. Dorit Kemsley proved that having the truth on your side allows you to take down a giant, and the final report from the forensic audit will be devastating for Kyle's remaining reputation. The end began when Kyle shifted from a vanity brand to a forensic survival tactic to save her own skin from the lenders. IP is public record, and she didn't realize that anyone can look up a trademark filing or an LLC registration to see the real owners. The result was her getting caught while trying to hide in plain sight, and now she faces the consequences of brand deals disappearing and a legal bill that grows by the hour. The receipts show Kyle attempted to block Dorit from industry events by claiming trademark exclusivity to hurt her income and keep her out of the room. Event organizers asked for proof of ownership that Kyle couldn't provide, and the contract proves Dorit was the one with the valid agreements all along. This specific incident shows Kyle's malicious intent in court, and that's when the judge realized this wasn't an accident but a targeted attack against a former friend. Kyle is on the ropes as the second half of this war begins, and her lies unravel faster than she can weave new ones for. The cameras, subpoenaed emails between Kyle and her lawyers show a panicked woman who told her team to do whatever it took to delay the process and keep the files closed. The judge denied those requests for delays, which meant the truth is coming out on a schedule Kyle cannot control, and the fallout is becoming impossible to hide from the media. Dorit Kemsley is standing tall as the hero who protected her brand and her family's future by staying grounded in the facts while everything else fell apart. Industry experts provided witness statements confirming Dorit's business model is sound while Kyle's is a total disaster that was built on a foundation of debt. The forensic evidence creates a clear path for Dorit to take full control of the Beverly Hills trademark, and Kyle will be left with nothing but a name she tried to steal. The fallout from this legal battle will serve as a cautionary tale for anyone who thinks they can use the law to bully others without getting caught. Kyle Richards was just a tenant living on borrowed time rather than the architect of Beverly Hills, and the receipts and contracts prove it. The truth has finally arrived, and it is not pretty for the woman who once claimed she owned the town and everyone in it. An eviction notice for unpaid rent at Kyle's primary business office served as the final nail in the coffin for her reputation as a boss. She couldn't even keep the lights on while she was fighting for a trademark, and this is the ultimate proof of a career meltdown that has reached its breaking point. Her reality turned into a nightmare while she chased a dream, and the contrast between her television life and her legal documents is staggering for those who followed her career. Kyle Richards is now the poster child for what happens when image is prioritized over integrity after she manipulated friends and deceived her business partners. She used the Beverly Hills name as a shield to hide her failures, but the forensic audit stripped away the glamour to reveal deep financial trouble that cannot be ignored. She is the architect of her own destruction and has no one left to blame but herself for the mess she has made. Dorit Kemsley won the battle for the Beverly Hills trademark by using the law as a weapon of truth, and it worked perfectly to protect her interests. The receipts show her as the professional she always claimed to be, and she is vindicated by the evidence while her peers offer their respect for her strength. She secured her empire while Kyle's empire turned to dust during the final phase of this war, and the victory is hers to claim. The cost of Kyle's lies is more than money because her reputation and her future have been permanently damaged in the eyes of the public and the industry. People will look at the forensic evidence of her past failures whenever she tries to start another brand, and she has become a liability in her own world. The trademark war was the final test. She failed in the most public way possible, and the truth is out for everyone to see. Kyle Richards thought she could own a city but ended up not even owning her own name, and the cost of that deception is a career in ruins. The receipts and the law do not lie, which meant Beverly Hills has a new leader who had the courage to fight for the truth when it mattered most. Kyle Richards is officially irrelevant, and her foundation of lies has collapsed under the weight of her own debt while the world watches. This is the end of the road for the manipulator and the beginning for the one who stood her ground, and the truth is the most expensive lesson Kyle Richards will ever have to learn. The facts have spoken louder than any script could, and the battle for the Beverly Hills trademark is finally over with one clear winner.